Hi everyone, it's Amanda. So this week's theme is freestyle on here on WOWZERFYING Squad, and so I'm going to tell you guys my Asperger story. So let's get started. So if you guys don't know what autism is, or Asperger syndrome is in my case, autism is a wide range of social and neurological disorders that come in many different ways. Asperger syndrome is a very mild case of autism. It's pretty much all the same disabilities, except they're very mild. You sometimes can't even tell that someone has autism with my case. My case presents itself with I easily get depression and anxiety bouts. I tend to speak fast. If you have seen any of my videos, you'd already see that. Um, you know, and several other things. And autism can have many symptoms that might be very mild to extremely severe, to the point that you might need help to get a lot of things done, like reading, writing, doing simple things. It really depends on the person and their case. So there are many positive and negative ways that media and society see autism as, from low functioning to high functioning. Low functioning, like I said, it's when it's a very severe case where you'd need like special education and many other forms of support. So autism is very poorly represented in films such as Music by Sia and by Autism Speaks. Sia's Music is a film about an autistic teenager, very low functioning for that matter, and basically her grandmother drops dead out of the blue, and her half-sister comes in, and quote unquote, the synopsis says it's about creating family or whatever, or finding your value. However, although it might seem like a good film, like representing it, it's once you see it, it's very offensive towards people who are very photosensitive, and they can't stand high sounds, like basically hypersensitive in general, which means we take sounds, light, smells, taste pretty badly, certain ones, and that's pretty much what it is when you are hypersensitive. And what else? So basically, the film has this physical restraint, for example, which is apparently used 3 or 4 times in scenes where they basically throw you on the ground, and they use a prone restraint, which is like where they sit on you, and if you do your research, it has caused several deaths in autistic people and people from other communities. And so you can see, it's a very negative film. It actually only has about 8% on Rotten Tomatoes. And so Autism Speaks is very much a hate group, such as talking about autism like it's a disease that could kill you in 5 minutes, like it's a plague, but it's really not the case. And none of their funds go directly to people with autism themselves, but it's fully funds that go towards the company itself. And if you look up a short film called I Am Autism, they really just treat autistic people like like they're COVID themselves. And again, it's really not the case. And long story short, just to stop any triggers from hitting you guys, I'm gonna move on. And so my experience was that when I was 3 or 4, my dad and my stepmom, they already saw that I was very socially awkward. I was behind on many things that kids could already do by age 2. And I was 4. I could barely even speak yet. And I was very behind in general. So I spent like almost 10 years like going to therapist to neurologist, pediatrician to pediatrician, and they all said I either had nothing wrong with me or that I had ADHD. The ADHD diagnosis actually led me to, taking a pill that's supposed to, like, I guess calm your ADHD triggers or whatever, and I ended up in the hospital with high blood pressure because of the pill itself, which I never needed. And then I was also dehydrated because I was never good at drinking water. And I was only 10 when I ended up in the hospital for that. And when I was 11, I was finally told that I had a reasonable diagnosis of Asperger syndrome, which is, again, very high functioning autism. And it's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, yeah, you need help in school, maybe a little bit more. Some of us are huge academic people, some are not. I'm definitely very in the middle. I'm a good student, but not when it comes to studying or paying attention in class. I've always had a couple of issues regarding making friends and, getting information stored. I've always had accommodations like extra time on tests and turning in my homework and several other things. And some people understood that, while some of them didn't. And even though that one of my closest friends in elementary school and middle school, we were both in the special education curriculum. She was like, "You don't look autistic." I don't know where that came from, but I mean, the stereotype is like, you can't talk, you're always making noises, which is very well presented in CS music. And it's really not the case. And 8 years after my diagnosis at age 19, I'm doing well. I'm in community college. I'm actually studying to become a special education teacher once I transfer to our 4-year university and graduate. And, just letting you guys know that you should do your research, because there are many things on media that really just don't even represent autism accurately. And just spread the word. I'm actually doing this because on Thursday it's going to be light up red autism, something like that. And I just heard of this and I said, I'm gonna do this. And I guess educate and spread the word about autism. And if you guys would like to learn more, you can always look it up or just leave me questions in the comment box below. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.